guys, back. Big. I need to stop doing that. We are back for another episode of Never a Foul. Obviously, I'm joined by Gal, Traps, and Daps. Obviously, a lot of stuff to talk about. Michael Olise's shock move to Man United. Could it happen? Should he move there? Of course, Kimmich transforms Man City and what he could do to their midfield as well. And of course, Curtis Jones linked to Arsenal Football Club, who have reportedly contacted him. And Mikel Arteta is obviously a fan of the player. I mean, I don't really know which one to start with, but there is some breaking news. I wouldn't say breaking, but some news that is trending on Twitter that I kind of want to talk about briefly at the start. Or Gal, do you want to tell us? Because obviously, like whenever I speak about Arsenal, it's kind of a problem. So, do you want to tell us?
I think you'd be more educated on the case because I don't know exactly what's going on yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay. Well, so basically,
I just finished the stream, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah. It's not even been up that long. Let me actually. Do you know what? Let me find the exact wording. So,
are you talking about the Daily Mail article about Saka?
Yes.
Hi guys.
Okay, so Arsenal have. Let me read it. Arsenal have complained to the PGMOL over rough treatment of Bukayo Saka's opponents after being the third most fouled player in the Premier League in 2023.
So, what's your first thought on that, Gal?
That's been reported to the Daily Mail.
What's your first thought on that? Because I've got my first thoughts, but I'm intrigued at what your first thoughts.
I think with the whole situation where Mikel Arteta almost had to basically get Harvey Dent to get him out of a situation. They basically said the club is basically like, yo, you know what? We're not going to have Mikel Arteta complaining about things in post-match press conferences. We're just going to go to the PGMOL privately. And the media source who got this story probably got it from the PGMOL. And I think this happens quite regularly with a lot of players. It's just it doesn't become headline stories. It's a headline story because it's Arsenal. I think Bukayo Saka has been abused by players.
Like and your manager. Abused by your manager.
No. Abused by opponents. Like when we played against Crystal Palace, gets kicked in his calf. Nothing happens. When we played against Aston Villa, he's literally getting lifted up by Tyrone Mings. No penalty, no nothing. It's just another day with Bukayo Saka.
So my that was your first thought, was obviously rightly so, being an Arsenal fan. Your first thought was, I must defend Arsenal, right?
No. I'm telling you the truth on how I feel.
Okay, cool. My first thought was, okay, interesting. Third most foul player. Who was the first? Who was the second? And have those.
Andre Ayew is the first most fouled. With right. I think it's nearly almost. He's been fouled way more as well. Like it's not even like it's a close first, second, and third. I had the list.
Oh, I mean, and there's other things.
Andre Ayew.
Yeah, I know that's a mad one, isn't it?
Yeah, Andre Ayew is the most foul player in the Premier League.
But then I was thinking as well, is how is this done? Like, I want to see the stats now, and I want to know. One sec. Let me finish talking, please, brother. Please. I want to know, is this per 90? Or is this, overall? Because we know your manager doesn't help the situation by running him into the ground, right? So he's played a lot of games. So if it's overall, then all right. Arteta, you have to take a bit of that because you're playing him too much, right? So that's why he's also being fouled more than some other players. I mean, listen, I'll put my City hat on straight away. Jack Grealish gets kicked for fun, for absolute fun, right? And that's been a known fact. Chelsea fans, you're all in here. You know Hazard used to get battered left, right, and centre. I must admit, I've never heard of a manager go and cry to like the PGMOL. I haven't. So
excuse me. Have you never heard Jose Mourinho give a passionate rant about Eden Hazard?
I said complain to the PGMOL. There's a difference.
Bro, giving a rant on television about your player being kicked and going to the PGMO is a completely different thing.
Hey, I think ranting on TV is probably what would get you charged, like Mikel Arteta got charged last time, and I think he doesn't want to get charged. And also, I don't know. I just looked into this. They said, this conversation was earlier in the season, so they're just using Arsenal for clickbait. They have no story today, so they dug up whatever they could find.
What clickbait you are? What clickbait you are?
Make it more entertaining. Personally, I think this is a nothing story. I think all of our players get massively kicked in all these things, and all of our clubs probably go and voice their opinions, like Aston Villa did when they had Jack Grealish be the most fouled player in the Premier League.
Did they go and complain?
He's been the most fouled player consistently, though.
Sorry?
He's been the most fouled player consistently.
I don't know about that anymore, but hey.
Oh, no, don't play for. He plays for City now. It can't be that anymore. No.
He doesn't play as much with City, so he must not be the most fouled player anymore.
I like to chime in on this anyway. Yeah, I didn't even know this story until now. Yeah, but basically, yeah, these men are some bitches, man. I'll be honest with you. This is a bitch move, yeah, to hide the fact that this glorified Harvey Barnes ain't been performing, mate. Yeah, and they're trying to use it as an excuse, yeah, to make it seem like, oh, he's being fouled, or oh, no, bro, no. This is the Premier League. Everyone gets kicked. If Jordan Ayew is in the mix here for being the most fouled, then it is fine. I promise you, it's fine. It is fucking fine, bro.
I'll take Jordan Ayew.
You could call it whatever you want, but the reality of the situation is they're using Arsenal for clicks. And this statement was a private conversation with the PGMOL done a long time ago, and they've coincidentally brought it out now to make it into a joke. The guy has been performing for for the whole 2023. He's got almost 20 assists and like 20 plus goals. And you're talking about glorified Harvey Barnes. Put respect on Bukayo Saka's name. Bro.
I'm not putting no respect on Bukayo Saka's name. I'm not putting none of it. Do you know why, yeah? Go check the stats, mate. Go and check the stats of Harvey Barnes and Bukayo Saka. Everything you just said, go and check it. Yeah, 154 games, yeah, and 152 games for Harvey Barnes, yeah. And I can't remember the numbers, but Monts will back me up on this. I had to send it because I was in disbelief, yeah. I said it last season, but when I actually did it overhaul, yeah, their numbers are completely similar. Harvey Barnes, I missed out 60 games, yeah, 60-something games through injury, yeah, and Bukayo Saka has missed like 18, yeah, 18 games through injury, and he's man on the same kind of number. I think Bukayo Saka's on 8 GA more than him. So
found it. So hold on, guys, just before we go back onto this argument between Harvey Barnes and Bukayo Saka, the most fouls won in the Premier League, Jordan Ayew is at the top with 65. Then we go all the way down to 53. Bruno Guimaraes is the second most foul player with 53. And then you go all the way down to 43, which is Bukayo Saka.
Well, so Ayew by a landslide.
Guimaraes is running around kicking the shit out of people. Guimaraes is literally running around kicking the shit out of people as well.
And Luka Paqueta is literally one foul behind Bukayo Saka with 42.
Oh, that is mad interesting on Ayew. Not gonna lie.
So everyone, that's kind of on Twitter.
I'm pretty sure you're going somewhere with this. What's your point?
No, because you guys that's asked for the
I asked you. I wanted to know who was first and second. It's quite interesting.
So I went and found.
It is interesting from a football point of view because, firstly, none of us would have ever put Ayew there, and the fact that Ayew's like 20 fouls deeper, yeah. But then, secondly, I think it's quite interesting is that like the different positions because, like Trap said, Bruno is in the centre of the pitch, running round, doing a kind of DM role. Yeah,
kicking the shit out of people.
Yeah, and literally, he's gonna. Yeah, exactly. Whereas
he's a fug. Oh, he's a fug.
Yeah, he's a fug. 100%. He is.
It's just, you know, it's because he's got blonde highlights. People don't really talk about it.
And it's because he's got Joe Linton. It's because he's got Joe Linton on the side with him as well. He gets away with it because they think it's Linton all the time. But
it's actually Bruno is a madman still. Whose head did he punch in the Arsenal game and somehow didn't get a red? I can't believe it.
You know what it is like? This is the truth that people have. Like when it comes to fouling people have that stigmatism around them. Yeah. And then refs just go for him, and literally, he's getting away with punching man in the head.
Bro, in that Newcastle game, how that man he didn't even get booked that game. I couldn't. In fact, did he get booked? I don't think he actually got booked that game. That is crazy, isn't it? But what was I saying? So those are the numbers, obviously, and the joke on Twitter right now is everyone's waiting on Crystal Palace's complaint.
Roy Hodgson's come out.
Roy Hodgson, you know. Do you know what I posted him? I posted him earlier. Funny enough, remember that interview when he was like, "Let's not take the piss here."
Yeah.
I posted that earlier. Funny enough.
Igal, again, you said that the media have brought this up now. I hear you. We know from doing a YouTube channel, sometimes days stink, so you look for something. Or alternatively, could it be that your club has brought it up right now?
No,
for a media
because,
spin.
no, because the actual statement in the article states clearly. I just checked it out while we're doing this. It clearly states. Let me read it actually for you guys, so you guys know that I'm not capping. It says that the matter was brought up as a wider conversation earlier in the season with the league and the refereeing bodies, and which happened to be between all clubs and the body. So each club had a visit from the PGMOL earlier in the season where they brought up their concerns, and Arsenal brought up this concern. So it's not a situation where Arsenal just out of nowhere came to them. They were actually doing their visits. It was like parent-teacher night almost kind of thing, where the PGMOL go around to every single club and they voice their concerns. And now all of a sudden, because Arsenal lost 2 games and everyone wants to talk about Arsenal, they're like, hey, let's drop this story. It's a hot topic.
Yeah, can you not see how that might be that maybe
doesn't make sense.
Your club. It would make more sense because at the moment, if we need conversations about Arsenal, we don't need that. You've just lost 2 games, right?
No. You don't need that.
The media don't. Oh, the media don't. But,
the media do. The media do. They definitely do.
Your club definitely does. You know, this is a bit of a fallback.
This is you're doing exactly what they want. You're talking about something that's not that relevant and ignoring what's actually happening.
Let's talk. We haven't spoke about. Me and you actually haven't spoke about your 2 losses.
Yeah,
let's speak about that.
Let's
to be
talk
fair,
about it.
How you feeling?
I actually rewatched both of the games today, so it's fresh in my memory.
So how do you feel about it? How do you feel? Tell us what your findings were from watching the 2 games.
Bro, the West Ham game, I still don't know how we didn't score.
Okay.
Honestly, I still don't know how we didn't score. The amount of chances we had, the amount of opportunities we created, the moments that we and the connections that we had in the front 3 to just that final in the final third was missing. It was missing for that whole game. Every time that we had an opportunity to score, it would either hit the bar or the player would miss the header, or they would have the ball drop right in front of their feet and they would just not strike it, or there would be a second short. And
how do you feel about the second?
How many times you hit the post, mate?
We hit the post once in that game and once in the game against Fulham.
Okay,
we hit the post against you know what? Who cares about that?
How about
listen? You have to
game though. Gal, more importantly to me was I hear you on the first game. How do you feel about the second game?
The second game, the defending was a joke, in the sense that how is it that one wide ball is able to take out your whole defense like that? Why is Gabriel Magalhaes, our left-sided center back, 1-on-1 against the left back on the left side, and in that situation when we're getting a counterattack, we actually, the funny thing is we don't concede too many goals to our opponents like main man or the striker. In that situation, they ripped us apart. You got to give them credit. Our defense was all over the place. We even had our left center back covering for our right back. I don't know what Ben White was doing in that game. It was all, our defense was shambolic for the first goal. The second goal. Guys, do you know what happened in the second goal? Let me reiterate.
Tell us what happened.
We gave away a corner from constant pressure. Tomiyasu gave away a corner. From the corner, the ball hit the shoulder of Declan Rice, who tried to clear the ball, couldn't clear it. Gabriel Magalhaes tried to clear the ball after it deflected off of man's shoulder and kicked it off of Tomiyasu's chest straight into the path of Declan Dover-Reid to tap it in for a goal. We, in that situation, were horrific defending. You had 3 different people who directly touched the ball before it could have got cleared. But guess what?
Would you say?
You could say you're unlucky, but the reality is when we're defending set pieces, we've always known that the first man has to clear the ball. Neither of them cleared the ball. Led to an unfortunate event where they had an easy tap in.
Would you use the word panicking? Do you think that would be?
It wasn't panicking. It was just strict. It was
sounded like panicking.
No one took the opportunity to clear the ball.
Okay, the rest of
the game, I don't think they created as many clear-cut chances that people are making out to be. But the problem with us is we weren't creating as many clear-cut chances, so they fully deserve that win.
Would you say that the Fulham result, sorry, the West Ham result, West Ham worked hard. I think Arsenal weren't themselves. But would you say that that result had a knock-on effect in your team's mentality going into the Fulham game? And no, you wouldn't, not at all.
No. I think what it changed the personnel. Mikel Arteta's thinking, not the players. It changed Mikel Arteta's thinking. I think he dropped Gabriel Jesus to start that game.
The rest of the players that continued to, played the West Ham game, then played the Fulham game.
I don't think it's as simple, bro. I don't think it's as simple as saying, "Oh, the last result is on people's minds." I think as a club, we've gone past the situation of looking at the previous results. I think it's in that game. In that game, we look at it as an individual game. The previous game, you can kind of say we got hard done by it. We should have won that game. It was we couldn't finish our dinner. But the second game, away from home.
Oh, hold on, Fulham. You also couldn't defend as well in that Fulham game.
No. At West Ham, it wasn't defensive issues.
I think the first goal was the first goal was what Rice was doing for that first goal. I'm still baffled at what he was.
Wait, against West Ham or against Fulham?
Yeah, you know the one that nearly went out, the one against West Ham, the ball that went out. Like, through that whole situation, just watch Declan Rice through that whole build-up of play, the ball going out.
I would argue to say it was on Zinchenko who tried to.
No. Listen, I'm not saying there weren't other people to blame, but what I want to do is,
I don't know how we're gonna blame Declan Rice.
Go and watch it. Go and watch it and tell me what Rice was doing in the whole build-up play, because he did a whole heap of build-up watching, no running with men and no marking either. Just stood there watching.
I'll say this. Declan Rice has played 20 plus games.
Zinchenko, not Rice.
Declan Rice played 20 games for us in the league, if I'm not mistaken, and he's had maybe 2 bad games. So I'm going to cut him a break.
Hold on. Like you just said, we're looking at these games individually. Bro, I think Declan Rice has been one of the best players in the Premier League this season. However, I'm just asking you about defensively in that game. That doesn't mean he wasn't to blame or doesn't have a part to blame in that game.
I thought he was too deep in that game, and he was continuously finding himself.
At the moment, though.
I think he was continuously finding himself in near center back positions and wasn't allowing us to actually build up the play enough. And if you want to talk about defensively, he wasn't that good either. But
do you know who it was down to also? I think it was Fulham.
Just so I can just say this one thing. For the goal, if we're going to blame any individual player for that goal, I would say it's on Zinchenko. For once the cross came in from Emerson, he tried to chest it out of play. From the middle of the ball. At least
he tried something. Rice just tried watching the ball from a distance.
Rice wasn't there to touch the ball.
Bro, watch him and watch what Rice did through the whole period.
Because I watched it as well. And it didn't happen once, it's happened twice. In the Fulham game, Kearney is in the middle of the park and he makes a run from midfield in between the centre-back and the right-back. And what that does is allows the ball to go through, and the same sort of cross that Emerson puts in, but unfortunately, no one's there to intercept it. And who taps it in at the back post? Raul Jimenez. But there was no tracking of the runner from midfield. He actually runs, and Declan Rice is just...
and looking about.
He's just jogging. And it's kind of similar to the Emerson cross, where, again, Rice is kind of just jogging. For me, I don't think...
I'm just making sure.
The West Ham's a bit more harsh, but... the Fulham one, the Fulham equalizer, I watched Declan Rice jogging.
Listen,
can someone just quickly confirm to me what shirt number Declan Rice wears?
41.
Right, so it is him. It is him. So either way, so it's definitely him. Right. So let me just give you a quick running commentary of this. So the ball is played in now. Declan Rice is running, looks over his shoulder, doesn't move. The ball then goes out. Declan Rice makes very minimal movement towards stopping the ball. Bro, go and watch it. Declan Rice is ball watching that whole movement. Trust me. Allows the runner to go in behind him. Then when the ball comes over, doesn't speed up his pace to go and attempt to even win the ball back or block the player from putting the ball back across. He literally is just there vibes in.
Bro, I'll give it to you. I'm looking at it right now. You're right. I was only looking at the two people, the person on the line Raya,
Yeah, the two in the
Zinchenko, and
box marking the
Gabriel.
person.
You're
Yeah.
right. The person closest to Bowen when he's trying to play the ball back out of bounds is actually what do you call it? Declan Rice. And Declan Rice is just on this side of that little box inside the other box. 18-yard box. What is it? But yeah.
And it's the type of thing that, do you know what it is? The reason why I've picked up on it is I've seen this type of stuff with Zinchenko, and I've seen this type of stuff with Cancelo before. I've seen this type of stuff with Mendy before at City, with players that just because I don't watch you lot enough to be. But I've seen it with City players. I saw it with Walker as well earlier in the season, where players just ball watch and they don't react quick enough. Where if they reacted quick enough, they could have prevented something from happening. But listen, I will stand firm.
When we're talking about, go and watch the Fulham equaliser as well. Please.
And I will stand by my thing that I do think Declan Rice is still the best signing so far. And I would also stand by the fact that I think he's been potentially the best player in the Premier League this season. I know people say Salah is a GA and whatever, but from a different aspect, I'm just saying if we're going to put him on this pedestal, when he doesn't do something so well, we have to also talk on it.
I think Declan Rice has had his 2 worst games at Arsenal in those last 2 games, and I don't think anyone is saying anything otherwise.
I think I'll be real. Darren Bent said it on TalkSport. I've said this a few times. After the West Ham result, they asked him, "Are you worried about that?" He said, "I'm not worried about that game. Not worried about that result. I am worried about the impact of that result on our players' mentality." He said, because straight away they could be sat there in the dressing room thinking it's happening again, right? And let's be real. There was a point last season where you lost 1 game, then all of a sudden you went on a bad run of form, and I just think I feel for you that you've got Liverpool.
Here's my response to you, though. Here's my response to you, though. I hope my players and the manager don't have the same mentality as a lot of my fans, because a lot of my fans are throwing in the towel right now. A lot of the fans are basically saying because we've dropped points in back-to-back games, or you could say 1 win in 5, that everything is doom and gloom and the season's done. I think that's
what happened last season when your fan base did that last season. What did your players do?
But what happened last season was there were numerous situations in the season where we dropped points, people started getting down, and we bounced back and we picked ourselves up. It only took 1 or 2 wins to get ourselves back up and rolling again. And this season, yes, there's 3 teams in the Sorry?
The belief's not there from your fan base, bro. Let's be real.
No, bro. It doesn't have to be from the fan base. The players and the managers are the ones that the players and the managers.
Has to be there.
One second.
When these fans that go to the match,
the players and the
dipping out after 10 and 80 minutes and that.
Bro,
these men are getting thrown the towel as well.
Guess what, bro? The man on Twitter don't dictate how the players and the managers perform.
Did you hear what you said?
The reality is the people on the pitch have to instill that belief into the fans. And guess what? Some of the fans, no matter what we do, they won't believe because they don't rate the manager, or they don't rate this guy, they don't rate that guy. Everybody has a certain set of fan base that will never believe until you get over the line. And that's the reality we face. Because City and Liverpool have won, and they have credit based on the fact that they've won major honors recently, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. We're not going to get that benefit of doubt because we haven't gotten there. But at the same time, we know that it's not done. Just because we drop points in back-to-back games or successive games or continuously over the last 5 games, you could say we've dropped a lot of points. That's accurate. But guess what? It's not done. Liverpool are only 5 points off. We're level on points with City, and it only takes a win in the FA Cup, a win versus Crystal Palace, and another win in our next game after that. For people to change their whole tune again.
You see, when you go, like I just said to you, the belief isn't there from anyone. Like, obviously, the 2 losses. No,
there's definitely belief from me.
You're not out of it. You're not out of it. But like I said, when you watch the Fulham game, you didn't play well. You got beat. Like it's fair and square. You got beat.
They were also fortunate.
No drama. You just got a straight beating because you weren't.
No. We got beat.
But when you look at your fans leaving 80 minutes and all that extra stuff, that shows you that your fans is not believing.
I blame the ticket process. I don't know if you know. Wallah, you're gonna laugh.
No, leaving.
The reality is, yes, because last season there was a different ticket process where it wasn't a ballot. It was basically first come, first serve, and it got a lot of the fans it got more fans in the areas in there that were younger and people who really wanted to go. Now it's basically like you submit a ballot and you get it. You get to go if you want to go. And some of those people are winning their ballots and they're not even going. They've already paid for the ticket, but they're not even going.
What's that got to do
What
with
about the
people
ones that are
leaving,
leaving
though?
early?
What does that have to do? Because if you look at the seats,
It's not
some
the
of them
first-
aren't
he's saying
even
it's not
filled
the first
before
come,
we
first
even
served.
get the
Yeah, but what's that
kickoff.
got to do with the ones that are leaving? I'm confused.
I was saying it's
What
not
does
the
that have
same
to
as
do
the
with the
first
ones that
come,
are
first
leaving?
served.
They're not the
saying it's
same
the first-
fans
Yeah,
that
he's saying it's
would
not
always
the
be
ones that
going last year
It's-
and the years
yeah.
prior.
Do you know what?
It's not
Right,
the first come,
I think
first served protest.
before we
It's
move,
people who want
yeah, I
to be
get it.
there
I get it.
That's what it's saying.
Right,
It's like
Miguel,
you winning
Miguel.
a lottery to go to
So
a
what
game.
you're trying to say is these fans that go to these away games, they're not real fans. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, not away games. Away game support is unmatched.
Well, that's what we see.
No. You can't show me pictures of fans leaving during away games. Come
What,
on,
the Fulham game?
bro. When did we concede in the Fulham game? It was late in the game.
Not.
So why were you leaving at 1-1? Why were you leaving at 1-1?
Comment is dead in me. Gooley's comment is dead in me. So.
Anyway, more so, let's move on because we want to talk on transfers as well.
You're telling me people are going to leave the Fulham game after 60 minutes, bro? Come on.
Listen,
Anyway,
guys. I
let's
think
move on.
yeah.
Now, I think there's a really interesting thing here, and I was thinking this earlier on, right, or yesterday. You have to play Liverpool in the FA Cup, right?
Yep. And we're going to beat them.
And then you have to play Liverpool at the Emirates later in the season, yeah?
Yep.
Right.
No, in 20 days' time, I think.
Perfect. Right. So last season, we had you in the FA Cup, innit?
Yep.
And there was this real, I remember me and you having this chat and me telling you, like,
where was it held?
It was at the Etihad. But please let me go with this, where I'm going with this, because I hear you. That was a harder game. You should win this one, innit? You should beat Liverpool the year. But more so, it's one of them ones where your mentality right now, I believe, and I could be wrong, but your mentality right now is being questioned. Right? Whether it's rightfully being questioned or wrongfully being questioned, your team hasn't had the best run of games. And right now you need to get that mentality back, right? Furthermore, in your heads, you want to get in your mentality that, you know what? This is a dress rehearsal for what we've got to do in 20 days' time to win the damn league, yeah? If we beat them in the FA Cup, then we can go, right, we've got that psychological advantage over you that we know when you come to the Emirates.
Said this for City last season. I've
Where's the game at?
No. But either way, what I'm saying is it's one of those dress rehearsal times because last season
Where's the game at?
It's at the Emirates.
What, this game coming?
Yeah, this is at the Emirates, right?
But they beat them last season, though.
Yeah, but bro, it's still a test. Right now, Arsenal's mentality is being questioned. Yeah. So we all know how our heads are. Trust me, our heads are horrible things that play games with us. And right now, the Arsenal players are like, you know what? We've lost 2 games on the bounce, drew a couple more and whatever. And of all things, I feel for you that you've got Liverpool. You could have done with the Huddersfield at home. You got Liverpool at home, right? Now, if you win this, the psychological advantage swings in your direction totally. Yeah, you've just shown Liverpool. Boom, we can beat you at the Emirates, no problem. But if you don't beat them, what does that do to your heads, knowing you will have lost 3 in a row and you're out of the FA Cup, right? Which means you're out of the Carabao, out of the FA, more pressure. You really must win the Premier League. And
I think it's the other way around. If they lose to us, if
they lose to you, it's a problem for us.
If we beat them at the Emirates in the cup, I think it then becomes do or die DEFCON.
Yeah, fully.
I think in the game in February at the Emirates against us, they are gonna go gung ho. Them man are gonna pull no punches and move the maddest we've ever seen them move, personally. Because listen, as much as we can say the belief is gone and whatnot, these men are still sitting there thinking we can win the league. We're 5 points off the top with 18 games to play. You think these men are sitting there thinking, oh, we can't win the league? Bro, these men are
really?
More than
what, the players? You think the players still think they can win it?
Bro, they've lost 2 games. Like, yeah, cool. We're gonna inflate things because we're football.
Do you really think that? Do you really think
100%? He's right.
No. Cal, hold on. I know you believe it. Trust me. Yeah. Mons, do you really think these Arsenal players, with Liverpool ahead of them, right, with City now picking up form, with Villa, to be fair, picking up form, or they've already got form, do you really think these Arsenal players think they can win it?
Of course. Listen, I'm not talking about the fans here. The fans and the players are two different
things. I don't think the players think it as well.
I'm talking directly about the players. They've lost 2 games. Like, bro, it don't matter. Like, obviously it matters. Everything is. It's not. We're not even business end of the season. They've had a setback. These men are going to be thinking, say nothing. New year, we bounce back. We can't be losing no more.
Do you think that, Traps? Do you think that?
That's the only thing you have to. That's the only thing you can say in that situation. That's the only thing you can say in that situation.
You can say it, bro. You can say it.
Here's the thing as well. Supposing it all comes down to this year, it goes. It's FA Cup day for them.
Man, I'm confused. What am I saying? That's crazy. I'm confused.
No, I just don't believe that. I no. To you, maybe it isn't. That's why I asked you, because I know Igal believes. But to me, I really question the mentality of these Arsenal players. Yeah, and I really. Yeah, bro.
He's not saying we're gonna win it. He's just saying they still believe they can win it.
No, I'm aware of what he is saying, and I don't think your players believe you can win this league this season. I don't believe they do think.
Imagine the FA Cup day year comes.
I think if they think the way you think, bro, they're losers. I don't want them at this club.
Yeah, it's that.
Well, according to your fan base, you don't want half of them now. Because I woke up this morning to hearing that Partey is the best 6 in the world again. Yeah,
I don't know who said that. Who said that? Name and shame them.
I'm doing a Pep Guardiola.
Who said that? Name and shame them.
Oh, I don't pay attention. I saw it all over Arsenal Twitter.
Who said that? Name and shame them, please. Was it Livs? Livs, bro.
No,
come on,
bro. It was people on Twitter.
Listen, the people on Twitter need to realize. The people on Twitter need to realize he couldn't even get up for AFCON for his country. You think he gives a fuck about Arsenal, bro?
It's like us saying. I don't know. It's like us saying Liverpool. Let's say we go Liverpool go lose 2 games in a row. You think I'm going to think my players are sitting there?
No, because your players have done it before.
I hear it, but
your manager's done it before.
The way I see it, these men are professional footballers and they're top elite pros they're Premier League ballers, bro, and they're playing for a massive club. And this isn't even on a bread thing, but they came extra close last year. So that I think in their head they're thinking, right, like we come. Look how close we came last year. We've got reinforcements. Why can't we do it this year? Cool, this is a setback. The next game is always the game. You always have the next game to put it right, and not just the next game. You've got 18 games to put it right. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? That I promise you, if these 2 games happened in 10 games time, I'd be with you, bro. I'll be so with you on this. I'll be like, yeah, these man, then yeah, let's not even have that conversation, bro. There's way too many games to play in the Premier League, and way too many games. Maybe this is just Champions League. Because you have remember you have your Champions League runs as well. Chat. I'm not doing a Pep Guardiola. Stop it, please. I'm not doing. I promise you. What have I done? I'm not doing a Pep Guardiola.
You might be, because this is the thing. Bro, what it is, I mean, look. Igal said earlier on that the way people act and the way people react on Twitter and on social media isn't the way that the players think. And he's right. However, don't downplay the impact. I don't care what people say, yeah? Don't downplay the impact. These players, they're not allowed on the day of the game, on the night before the game, they're not allowed to go out and about. They sit on their phones. They see what happens, yeah? And when you see I'll be real. I agree with Mons. Arsenal losing 2 games, it's not a big deal. Listen, we've just had the shittest month, right? We've just stunk. But I'm not going to doubt my players, because I've seen them bounce back, yeah? But I have also seen Arsenal's players, when they lose a couple of games, have meltdowns and question themselves. I've seen Zinchenko cry on the fucking bench, yeah? I've seen all of that. And I don't believe their mentality. I believe some of their players. I actually think Rice was so rattled after the Fulham game, because I actually think Rice might have been questioning some of his own players' mentality. I actually think Rice might have been like, why are these men performing like this? Why are they not? So I actually think even some of your own players are questioning other players' mentality.
Oh, man. Rice is well over these, mate. Rice is well over these. This is why he can pick up the Champions League ball, look at it, and act like he's never seen one before. Listen. You're not giving these lot too much excuses and too much benefit of the doubt, bro. The truth is, yeah, they've strengthened, yeah, and as a result, yeah, they haven't exceeded what they did last season. Yeah, everything I said about them last season, even the other day when I said it in your thing the other day, I ain't seen Goonali since, mate. So the truth is, yeah, you lot know deep down inside, yeah, what you lot have done. Yeah, I had man telling me last week that you lot don't lose 2 games in a row. You've done that. I had man telling me about Zinchenko being the worst guy. Yeah, if Fulby wasn't there. I heard man telling man that Havertz should be back. Havertz was there. You man still, yeah, didn't do whatever you were supposed to do. Yet again. You lot don't have what it takes at this present moment in time. If you've got a good team that plays good football and you will be amongst the top, but as it stands right now, you don't have what it takes. And you lot know this, but because you lot on this Arsenal till I die thing, emotionally attached thing, yeah, and emotionally not unintelligent when it comes to this football team, yeah, this is why you lot are sitting there going on just to say like this is the end of the world, because you know, but you don't want to admit it.
I think I understand what you're saying, but all I said was the players probably believe they can do it. I even say they. I didn't say Arsenal
they can do it.
I saw
Declan Rice. Man, never talking about Declan Rice's mentality. I saw Declan Rice on God, yeah, and you lot could go and watch his Fulham match, yeah. On God, I see him with the ball, and it looked like he didn't remember what way he was shooting, but he was that.
Yes. Chaps, I hear what you're saying, and listen. As I said, I think there was a comment that's saying 2 things can be true. Arsenal cannot be good enough to win the league, but their players can still believe they can win the league.
I just don't. I fully get what you're saying. I'm not saying you're saying. Let me be very clear. Yeah, I'm actually not even saying Arsenal can't win the league. Right? I'm not saying that. Arsenal could win the league. What I'm saying is, loud and clearly, I think a number of players in Arsenal's squad doubt themselves and do not have the mentality to get them over the line. I'm saying it very clearly. I'm saying they could win it. I'm saying they might win it. I'm saying you're saying it. I'm calling out some of their players saying
why am I being called a fraud? This is how you know what?
You can't make general points, Mons.
You can make general points to say Arsenal either. Just don't talk on Arsenal and everything's fine.
You can do whatever you want. But no matter what, people are going to criticize you.
Yeah. For what? Anyway, listen.
You literally said a factual statement. Guess what? The players can still believe they're going to win this league.
Yeah. I just disagree with it.
Don't believe it.
Same way.
I promise you, they don't believe it.
Same way.
Last season, you went 8 points clear, right? This is what happened, yeah.
Bro, I'm not even going to make this about Man United. Let me land, bro. Let me talk, bro. I was speaking before you cut me off.
Listen,
I was speaking. Last
season you went 8 points clear,
bro.
right?
How are you saying 1 second when you're cutting me off?
Bro, I've been sat listening to this for 36 minutes. I want to talk now.
I literally sat there letting you speak the whole time. I didn't cut you off.
All right, go on.
Please smash the like, by the way. Let's get the likes up.
Okay.
Well, Mons is in a good mood.
I'm simply going to say this to you, bro. Are you going to hold Arsenal to the standard of what we did last season? If that's the case, then I believe this. I believe. Okay, so based on that, based on what we did last season, you believe that this team should do better than last season. Am I wrong? So better means we should go on to win it, right? Okay, so you basically holding us to a standard where we should win it, but yet you're saying we shouldn't. We're not going to be able to win it. Both things can be accurate at the same time.
Hold on.
One second. Let me finish my point. My point is.
You just said something wrong, though. You've just said something. What you just said was hold on. What you just said there was you actually said that, like you didn't. I'm saying. I think you could win it. It's not about what I think your players' mentality.
I'm talking about Traps. Traps is saying the players.
Oh, my bad. I'll eat my cabbage button. Sorry.
Traps is saying the players can't win it, and he thinks that they don't think they.
I'm not saying they can't win it. I'm saying they don't believe they can win it.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying to you, how can you tell? How can you tell? Because you don't believe doesn't necessarily mean they don't believe. Same way.
Should I tell you why?
Same way. Where if you can have you can have Mont say that he believes that the players can believe they can win, even though he doesn't believe that we can win. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Bro,
I think this whole conversation, is over sentiment.
Do you know what's funny about this?
This whole conversation is over sentiment.
If you're talking about capability, at not one point have I ever never. I'm not saying you said I said this, by the way. At not one point have I ever said that Arsenal are not capable of winning the league. I've never said that. If anything,
the only way possible is mathematically. It's mathematically possible. That is it. Yeah,
Chaps, give Kalama. You're gonna get some. You're gonna get some in it. I'm just saying, with Arsenal, bro. I've even said I still think they're very equipped to win the league. Anyway, my point is just that again. I'm not gonna say too many times. Listen, the players definitely believe they can win the league, in my opinion, 100%. And you know what? I'm not going to speak about it anymore because the Arsenal fans are calling me a fraud. So I speak positively about Arsenal. I'm a fraud. I speak negatively about Arsenal. I have an agenda and I'm ruining the channel. So guys, can we move on?
So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's ask: does Curtis Jones believe Arsenal can win the league? That is the question. And why would he possibly leave Liverpool?
Yeah, let's move on to Curtis Jones.
So how much ultimately Arsenal have inquired about him? I believe, yeah.
Yes, they have.
And do we know what Liverpool's response was?
No, not at this moment in time. Do you guys want to know what my response is?
Yeah.
Probably no.
Fuck off. Just
off. I get that response.
And it should be, let's be clear as well. As a Liverpool fan, I'm pretty certain you would probably hope right now that Curtis Jones's response is a double fuck off. Right? He's a Scouser, right?
Yes, he's Scouser. Yeah.
Apparently, he's an Arsenal fan.
Is he fuck? He's a Scouser. That's bullshit. That is your fan base. That's your... Bro, I'm telling you now, I had this conversation with Babs before, yeah? When Babs was saying he doesn't know a City fan. Growing up in school in London, he didn't know a City fan. And I can confirm, when I moved down south, I didn't know many. I knew 3, yeah? But I can also confirm when I lived up north, I didn't know no Arsenal fans. I know Prems is from up north. There might be 1 or 2 others, but predominantly in Manchester and even more so in Liverpool, you ain't finding no fucking Arsenal fans. Like
what about Gunnar Solskjaer? He's
from Manchester. But Manchester and Liverpool are complete. Bro, Manchester's in the same country. Let's be real. Liverpool.
Okay. What about my boy on TikTok, the Somali Scouser? He's a Liverpool fan. I mean, he's
how long has he lived in Liverpool, brother?
He's an Arsenal fan.
Hold on, you call him Somali Scouser. How long has he lived in Liverpool for?
He was born and raised in Liverpool.
Oh, mad. All I'm saying is, I'm sure there's some, but you're telling me someone has come. You're telling me a Liverpool fan, a Scouser that came through the Liverpool academy. Yeah, I don't believe he's an Arsenal fan. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Listen, guys, we're opening the wrong kind of worms here. Does Curtis Jones start for Arsenal Football Club?
I don't think so.
Good question.
I think Curtis Jones is a really good player. I think he's underrated, but I don't think he comes into Arsenal and is a level raiser. I think he's really skilled and he could fit our system in that left 8. And maybe you guys are not playing him to his best ability. Maybe.
Probably got more mentality than most of your players. That's one thing.
I think we are.
Curtis Jones comes in and he displaces Havertz, bro. Simple as that.
Yeah.
That's true.
I agree.
Simple as that.
But does he elevate them to winning the title? I don't think so, for one. However, what I would say...
I don't think you would sell to us mid-season anyway.
It'd be a mad sell.
This is never going to happen. Of course, it's never happening. My point is that I feel like with Curtis Jones, I wouldn't ever go as far as to say Liverpool aren't utilising him properly, because his glow up for us has been incredible, because a lot of actual Scousers back end of last season, actually, a lot of Scousers were even kind of conceded to the fact that Curtis Jones was probably just going to be a squad player for Liverpool. You know, like when everyone's coming through with their star boys, the Fodens, the Sakas, the Martinellis, Curtis Jones was never really mentioned in that conversation. Never, ever mentioned in that conversation. The Sanchos, he was never there with those guys. You know what I'm saying? And he was also one of them players who frustrated a lot of Liverpool fans due to the way he used to be talented, but just hold on to the ball for too long. You didn't know if he was a left winger, a centre mid, a 10. You didn't really know his position. And then, again, Liverpool have played in the last 30 games. I believe Curtis Jones has played about 24 of them. And the only game we've lost is the one where he actually got sent off. and the other games he missed was through suspension, and 1 game for a knock. Since Curtis Jones has come back to the team, in the last 10 games of last season, we won 8 of those games and drew 2 of them, and he was a massive part of that. This season, he started off a little bit shaky, and obviously the red card happened, but then he sort of just found his form again. And I generally feel like that left centre mid role for Liverpool is Curtis Jones's to lose. I know people talk about McAllister pushing him into the 8 role,
He
but
drives a bit more, you know. He drives
This
with
is what I would say, though.
See at Arsenal, he would right now, especially with where Arsenal are. I think he'd bring this energy that I think Arsenal need at the moment.
I think what he's really good at is he triggers the press very well. And he would be another person from the midfield who could help us when we're pressing, when we're out of possession. And when he's in possession, he's another person who can drift into the box and score goals. So I don't doubt his quality, but I just don't think it's a situation where Liverpool would sell him, 1. 2, if they did sell him, they would ask for an astronomical fee similar to how Kai Havertz, and it would be another situation where we'd be basically funding another transfer for another top 6 team.
I think. You just said something there.
If we're talking funds, so in the chat, can you guys let me know what you guys value Curtis Jones at? And
Miguel, you just said something there. Just triggered
40 million
for me. How was your pressing against Fulham?
What?
How was your pressing against Fulham?
Non-existent, mate.
Right. Okay. So, any Arsenal fans that are now anti Gabriel Jesus, do you think that's a coincidence?
Bro, I think it was a mistake to start Eddie Nketiah against Fulham in the first place, and I didn't even get to that conversation because
you know Gabriel Jesus. Like for me at the moment, anyone knocking Gabriel Jesus, yeah, like,
bro, what he did against.
Anyone that's knocking Gabriel Jesus, yeah, you got sold something that you never got sold, ultimately, yeah. You thought you purchased something you didn't. Gabriel Jesus is one of the best pressers from the front I've ever seen, yeah. I don't care what anyone says, right? Secondly, Gabriel Jesus, I told a gal when you bought him, he will not score 20-plus goals a season. What he will do is increase your output, right? But guess what? And even more so when you're playing against low blocks, yeah, and you need to scramble defenses and create those little moments, those little gaps, he is so important because his runs will create space for other players, right? But other players also. Now, should he be contributing with a few more goals? Yes, I agree. But he's still doing his job. You have to start looking at other people as well and go, do you know what? He's doing his job. He's creating the space. He can be one of 5 players getting you 10 to 15 goals a season. But you need the others to get in there with them. And at the moment, they're not. And Jesus
it's a team press, isn't it? And that's why, again, maybe
Jones would make sense with it.
Yeah, I listen. I've always Jones is more of an Arsenal player than a Liverpool player. If you look at just on paper and his attributes, he is more of an Arsenal player. The way he's very tidy on the ball, it would very much suit the Arteta way. But again, it's just of all players, like it just doesn't make sense.
You know what I think Arsenal needs so badly right now with this, and when I look at it,
Jesus,
the fact that they're playing against a low block, right? They need to work out a plan B. They really need a plan B against a low block. They need more than one eye of a needle passer. They need some passes that can really pick up.
You not realize we're currently playing with our plan B.
What's your plan B then? Tell me.
What's your plan A?
You should actually be asking us what's our plan A because he's been injured for the whole season. The guy's not serious.
Who?
Partey.
That's not the whole style of play. Oh, I hear it with the passing. I do hear it with the eye of the needle passing. Yeah.
How about this? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I'll tell you why I don't believe that. Because Partey was on the brink of leaving the club in the summer. He's been linked away for the club numerous times, and you spent astronomical fees on a player who plays a similar position to him.
Yeah, but the thing is,
one second.
And actually, hold on.
Are we just going to say blanket statements and not let me respond? Why am I here? I'm not going to respond. First things first.
Right back.
First things first.
Exactly.
Before you even get to the right back, I'm going to destroy your argument before you even get there. first things first. In one of the games when we actually had a relatively fit squad and everybody available, he played in the midfield with Declan Rice in the Community Shield game. Now, if you want to talk about the game when he came on as a right back for the first game of the season, that was because we had an injury to Tomiyasu, who had to who was just coming back from injury. We had Zinchenko, who wasn't even playing for the first couple of games. And of course, we also had a situation where, if I'm not mistaken, Timber got injured early in that game also. Moving on to one second, guys.
Hold on, leave him on this
Let
for a
me
minute.
land this last point.
Yeah, go on.
In our one of our best wins of the season, who came on to play in the midfield, to be the midfield game changer, and actually played the pass to help us win that game? It was Thomas Partey. He was not brought on to play right back. He was not brought on to play left back. He was not brought on to play centre back. When he was fit and available, he was brought in to play in the midfield next to Declan Rice and Odegaard, and they helped us win that game versus Man City.
Right, so Igal, you've given two great examples, both against Manchester City conveniently, and
they're both wins.
Okay, agreed. We know that, bro. So that's why I said conveniently. Anyway, so let me ask you a very simple question. Are you saying that Arteta still believes that Partey is your plan A? Partey can stay fit long enough to be your plan A for this season? Is that what you're saying? Like, Partey is still your plan A? That's ultimately what you said.
No,
you just said that.
I'm merely saying that because of unavailability, we basically have been working with our plan B, which has been
right. So your plan A is Partey. So are you saying that your plan A is Partey?
I think that's what the original plan was. I think the original midfield plan was
to have. So has it changed now? Has it changed now, or are you looking to replace it?
What's changed is lack of availability.
So, all right. So for the second half of the season and for next season, are you still thinking that Arteta is thinking Partey is our plan A, and our plan A is a system revolving around Partey?
I think at this moment in time, the club and everyone at the club is probably looking at Partey and saying he's unserious and we need to get rid of him as soon as possible to bring in another player who is of his quality or better and has better availability. Because right now, he is still one of our highest paid players. So I think they don't view him as a plan A anymore. But going into the season, I would have viewed him as a plan A.
Can I talk now? Can I talk?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Can I please? Traps? Please hold this. This is so relevant.
I've been sat here for 52 fucking minutes, bruv. Like, can I not talk, bruv?
No, Daps, you've done the
you've
crashed on Arsenal a couple times. You have crashed on Arsenal a couple times.
I've been missing. I need to crash on them. Sorry.
Let me just add some facts. So I've gone on Arsenal's, because I know Igal said what he said, but I had to go and fact check it for myself. I had to go and look for myself just to see what was really going on. So I looked at Partey's appearances for Arsenal this season, and it's 4 starts and 1 sub appearance. Yeah, let's just get that clear. It's 4 subs and 1 sub appearance. Arsenal's opening game against Nottingham Forest, Partey started right back with Timber left back, which is what Igal said. Yeah, I've looked at the bench. Tomiyasu was on the bench.
I said that. I did say that.
Right. Now let's go to the next game. Arsenal 1-0 Palace. We all watched the game. We saw that game. Who started right back that game? Bingo. Thomas Partey. He started right back.
Who's on that? Can you tell me who's on the bench for that game?
Zinchenko.
What did Zinchenko not just come back from injury?
He came on.
And who played left back? And who played left back? Who played left back?
Tomiyasu played.
And who got injured the previous game at 50-minute mark?
It's becoming a quiz now.
Tomiyasu.
Timber got injured on the first game of the season. Timber got injured in the first game of the season, which meant he persisted with Thomas Partey for the next game. And the reason why he did that was because in order to have the same level of balance with the inverted, he just had the inverted player be on the other side, and he used Thomas Partey as the inverted midfielder.
That's fine. That's fine. You need to also. So let's go on to the next game. Game week 3. Game week 3. Arsenal versus Fulham. 2-2 at the Emirates. Guess who started right back, guys?
Thomas Partey.
Does anyone want to know who was on the bench?
Zinchenko.
And guess who was also on the bench and didn't get a game? Gabriel. Because Ben White played centre back.
Yes.
Right.
Why is that? so we can play the same system. Because the whole point of having an inverted player in your fullback position is so you have more bodies in the midfield. And
he so wants to be Pep, doesn't he?
So
listen,
what do you mean?
My point is,
the whole reason why Zinchenko was to do that.
Bro, no. Listen, I know you want to have your inverted player, but no one told Arteta to bench Gabriel. The focus is on Partey playing right back, but no one told Arteta to bench Gabriel. Ben White is easily capable of inverting. Probably he's capable of it.
Bro, the reason why he benched Gabriel is because he had Saliba and Ben White in the center back pairing. One of them were making room, so when the back four would turn into a back three, and Thomas Partey would go into midfield. I don't want to over-explain it. At this point, I'm over-explaining.
Listen, I'm not saying you're 100% wrong in it, but man's played 4 games in the Premier League, and all 4 of them have started at right back. All 4 of them. But
you're conveniently forgetting the 2 games that I mentioned. And you're also trying to remove all context. You're trying to remove all context. And guess what? When we talk about Mikel Arteta not having plan Bs or not finding solutions, when he finds solutions, he's getting criticized.
No, it's not even a solutions thing, bro. No one asked Arteta to not play Ben White and to not play Gabriel, and yet to force Havertz into the team, because that's what he did. He forced Havertz into the team when Partey should have been there. Havertz didn't need to. Fuck the inverting thing. Havertz should have been on the bench, and Partey should have been in the midfield. End of story.
But then who's going to play right back?
Ben White. Or Tomiyasu. Put Tomiyasu there. Put Tomiyasu there.
One real. I've just broke down. Hold on, bro. Your plan A. You started off saying Thomas Partey is your plan A. Now, your plan A means your plan A pulls rank over everything, right? So he's your plan A. Therefore, he starts Ben White starts at right back. If he goes no, because I want to invert. Therefore, he's no longer your plan A. It's that simple. It's not your plan A. Otherwise, he'd be starting.
1 second. What's your plan A for Foden? To play him in the midfield, right? Guess what? He doesn't play in the midfield all the time. He plays as a winger, because guess what? You utilize him in the position that you think.
Hold on, we're talking. You made this subject about Foden.
No, I'm giving you an example.
No, it's a bad example.
I'm giving you an example from your club so you can understand it better.
No, Gal, because what you started off saying was Thomas Partey is your plan A, right? Now you've made this about Foden, right?
No, I said no. I did not start off by saying
Foden. For the club, Foden is not part of our plan A.
Okay, so what is he then?
Why are we not? We're not talking on Foden. Like, if we want to really move off talking about
with this
tactics,
I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. It's not a deflection tactic. So, give me your example of what your plan A is.
So, listen, you want me to start talking about Manchester City's plan A?
I know at Manchester City, you probably a team that gets as much rotation as you do. You've had a similar situation where you can see a quality player playing in a different position because of certain deficiencies in your squad or lack of squad depth in certain areas. For example, you did not buy Gavardio to play him at left back. Did you buy him to play him at left back? Let's be real.
Yeah, no. Right. Okay. So being completely 100 with you, bro. Yes, I believe that Pep Guardiola bought him to play him left back. We can't say, hold on, Igal, let me ask you a question. If he didn't do it, I'm being serious. If Pep did not buy Vardiol to play left back, why is he playing him at left back, please? Tell me why.
Because he's such a quality player, he's going to find a way into the team regardless.
No, hold on. There's been no injuries that impact, oh shit, we've got injuries, therefore Vardiol has to fill in there. Right,
Pep Ben White to play him at right back.
Hold on, bro. Pep has managed this Manchester City team for 7 seasons. He knows all the players, right? He bought Vardiol knowing all of the players. There hasn't been any injuries on the left side or on the left side of centre back. Ake's been available all season. Last season, Ake played left back, and Pep has decided from the start of the season, in fact, from before that, in friendlies, to play Vardiol at left back. If you're telling me he didn't sign him to play him at left back, bro, I wouldn't have signed him to play him at left back. You wouldn't have signed him to play him at left back. Mons wouldn't have signed him to play him at left back. No one in the chat would have signed him to play him at left back. But Pep has played him at left back because he wants to play him at left back. So that's a very bad example.
No, my point stands. My point stands.
I don't know what your point is anymore.
My point is talking about the fact that when you have quality players, you're going to find them in the team, even though
It was plan A.
That's my point. And you're saying your plan A is thing to play.
No, it's nothing about City. Don't make this about City.
No,
anyway.
I'm just trying to give you an example, but clearly you don't want to draw the comparisons, but fair enough.
I can't see the comparisons. I can't. Anyway, Curtis Jones. So what we're saying is, do you think ultimately that Curtis Jones, you man might go in for Curtis Jones in the summer?
I think Curtis Jones is a good player, but I don't think we're ever going to sign him. Liverpool won't sell him.
Let me ask you one question before we move on to the next one. Curtis Jones or Smith Rowe?
At this moment in time, Curtis Jones, because Smith Rowe can't even get a game.
All right, fair enough.
He hasn't played for a calendar year.
That's mad. That's the next one. Traps. Michael Olise. Tickle your fancy?
Talk on it. Speak on it.
He's a good player, man. Yeah, I'll take him.
I'm
not going to lie to you. This has fried my fucking head, mate. I'll be honest.
He wants to talk on Arsenal. We don't want to talk on Man United.
But yeah, he's a good player. 60 million buyout clause.
Talk on Arsenal. Go on, talk on Arsenal. Talk on Arsenal. Talk on Arsenal. Because you don't want to talk about United. You don't talk about United.
No, I can't. Listen, my head's gone, mate. I think I had to say gone out of my head, mate. I'll be honest. Like, I can't. Igao has literally spoken like he's like created like brain fog in my head, bro. I can't do it.
I'm still trying to see the Vardy comparisons and how Foden got mentioned.
A man said brain fog. I ain't never heard of that shit before.
Oh, I get brain fog regular. I know exactly what it means. Yeah. Where any noise is just too much. Like,
yeah. He's like, but yeah, I'll just explain this way and I'm just confused.
Like, bro, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. I'll be honest. I know we're talking about Olise now, but beforehand, I don't know what we're talking about. How did it go from Partey at right back to Phil Foden? Are you not mad or something? Like, what's going on?
I was confused as you. I was confused as you.
You know what it is? It's because we was talking about the press and obviously the two losses, and that's when you want to speak about the two losses.
Hey, months. What we're not going to do is revisit it again. We're not doing this, please. For the sake of my mental health, please.
Oh, well, let's talk. Listen, do you think? Let's start off with a great question. Do you think Michael Olise would want to leave Crystal Palace to join Man United?
I mean, yeah. If we're going to be honest about it, of course, he's going to get more money. It's an elevation. It's an elevation.
He's going to get more money under this new. Isn't that what Ratcliffe's about? Cutting costs.
How much is he on? He's on 100 grand a week. He's going to get more than 100 grand a week at United. 100%.
You think?
You know what I mean, you got who runs around on 100 grand a week? Probably players like Darlow, them man. Do you know what I mean? Them man running around at 100 grand a week. Like, but listen, he's 60 million quid is his buyout thing that comes in the summer. I mean, if they want to make him their marquee signing, at least they know it makes sense anyway, because at least they know that the budget. They know they're going to get into some stupid bidding war with and end up paying 110 million for him, like they did with that other fidget spinner, bro. Do you know what I mean? So look, it's a good signing at the end of the day, especially if they're looking to rebuild, especially if they're looking to kick a load of players out. I mean, January they should focus on getting most of these players out because they're all fucking shit anyway. But
that's
yeah, I mean,
wait, one more time. Say that again. One more time. Wait, Traps, can you say that one more time?
No, I can't. I'm not doing that for you.
No, just one more time, bro.
No, we're not doing that here.
Can we not?
No, we can't.
I mean, we don't need him to say. We all know it anyway.
Exactly. It's documented. Just play it back.
Yeah, but I like it better when it's said out loud.
But yeah, man. Yeah, Olise is a good signing, man. I'll be honest with you. Like, look, at the end of the day, we've got fucking Anthony Dos Santos, bruv. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's just doing whatever the fuck he wants to do, and it's a massive upgrade, bruv. Like, I personally think that Anthony should be fucking. He should be fucking Luke Shaw's understudy.
You've also got Sancho as well.
He should be studied. Anthony should be studied, and that's what he should be. He should be studied because.
And listen, Anthony, the A in
that
Anthony.
talent idea is so shit, man. Sorry. Carry on.
Listen, the A
Oh,
in
he's from
Anthony.
Brazil. He's from Basildon.
He's from Peru, bro. He's not Brazilian.
Oh, Peru even. He's not from Peru. He's from Portsmouth then.
Listen, the A in Anthony stands for AI because he's not real, bruv. He's not a real football
It's
player.
just simulation.
He's an imaginary guy that's been made up with AI, bruv. Don't exist.
Bantony,
you just come here, your name's just Anthony.
Like, but the mad thing is, we're talking about an Anthony.
No, hold on. How can you be shit and your name is just Anthony? It's like Raul. It's like you know when your name's like Raul, Ronaldinho. You know what I mean? How can you be shit and your name's Anthony, bro?
Yeah, man.
To be fair, his name could be anything. It doesn't matter. He's still going to be shit. The reality is, we knew what Anthony was going into coming into Manchester United. I think Erik ten Hag, as a person who managed him previously, knew what he was capable of. So why is it that the manager who had him performing at his previous club can't get a tune out of him at Manchester United? I think we should be speaking about the manager who signed him and not just Anthony, because Anthony, we know he's not that good, but why is the manager who previously owned him signing him? Because if you have a player who's not that good,
I think there's something else there. Contracts.
Because they're both shit. How about that? They're both fucking shit. They're both arse cheeks, bro. How about that?
No, but bro, if you have a shit player, why would you sign him?
He came over here. Yeah, the job's too big for him. Yeah, he couldn't believe his luck. He's got power to veto transfers and do whatever the fuck he wants at the club. I know what I'll do. I'll bring in my mate Anthony. He knows full well. And the worst thing, listen. The club's a disgrace for that anyway because they've done an evaluation. Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gave that evaluation of 25 million quid for this prick, bruv. Yeah, so at the end of the day, if you're going to sit down there and go on that, it's the manager's, bruv, Anthony knows he's not worth that money. Anthony knows he's not that level. The manager knows he's not that level, but yet still they're both here. I want them both gone.
Do you know what?
When did he do that?
I was going to say, Ollie must have been done.
Have you not seen the revelations that have come out?
No. It's only your scout. It's only actually a secret scout.
No, do you know, I think there was some kind. I don't know if it was Laurie Whitwell. I don't want to say it's Laurie Whitwell, but anyways, it might have been Ornstein, one of the two. But anyways, they came out and they said that they went to value Anthony when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was in charge, and the valuation they came back with was £25 million. That's the valuation they came with. And to top it off, it was 25 mil. And they didn't go for him.
Yeah. I heard Terry was telling me that Manchester United scouts told them don't pay over 40 million for this player, and Manchester United went and paid whatever they paid for him.
Do you know? I think the maddest thing is,
push for that transfer.
What we're looking at right here is I've slated Ten Hag for the fact that when Man United needed to fill other holes.
I hope he's okay, man. That guy's like on his deathbed, no?
What do you mean he was at the game the other day, man?
Calm now.
When Man United need to fill other gaps and they had a right winger, they went and spent 85 million on another right winger, right? Now they've got two right wingers and still, before they give the first right winger the chance to play with a number 9 like he did at his old club, they want to go and spend another 60 million on another right winger.
When they could have just
You're talking about Ahmad?
Sancho.
When they could have just played Garnacho in the first place.
They've got Garnacho. There we go. It's like, what is going on? Just give Sancho a fucking chance, man. Just give. And the maddest thing is, even if you want to do it from a business point of view, like forget the fact that you might want to compete for top 4, you might want to compete for a trophy. Hold on, forget all of that, forget the trophies. Now you just want to get a bit of money for Sancho, yeah? Let him cook. What is the worst that can happen? He comes in and does what? Like he comes in and he loses. Well, you've been losing, right?
It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that because at the end of the day, if he's gonna go if he's gonna go to Borussia Dortmund, it's more likely he's going to cook there than here.
Let him leave, yeah.
Yeah, so, but what I'm saying is, at least give him 5 games, let him cook, you'll then get more money for him. Even
Bro,
if
Yeah,
it's
but if he goes to
let
Dortmund and
him
cooks for
let
6
him cook
months,
at
you're
Dortmund.
definitely going to get more money for him.
Let him cook at Dortmund, and then they
put
can
him
get some
alone.
money there.
Alone,
But
not him.
Personally,
I'm
for
not-
me,
Sancho
I
will give
hear
him
you.
5 games.
Months,
at
if
United.
I know Months knows professional footballers, bro. If you know Michael Olise, tell him get out. Don't do it. Tell
Yeah,
him don't
yeah,
go
I
to
think
Manchester
I
United.
think
Wait,
I
who
think
told you
Zaha-
that? I don't know no professional footballer. Who told you that?
Bro,
Oh,
you're famous, bro. We know this,
Igal,
bro.
Zaha will do that. Zaha will do that. You know,
Hey,
Zaha will have a word with him and say, "Bro,
Yo,
don't
yo,
do
you
that."
guys don't know. Monty used to play at high
Hey,
level
that,
stuff.
hey, that,
Anyways,
I bet
this club,
today.
yeah. See this club. You see this club.
Yeah.
If they let Sancho cook for five games, yeah, and he does well, they'll offer him another contract of 450 grand a week, mate. That's what they'll do. Like he needs to go over there and showcase his talent, bro. That's what he needs to do. Go over there
Yeah.
in
I
environment
wasn't
that you're
thinking
good
about
at.
loans.
I'm hearing you guys want to keep he who should not be named. I heard he's coming
Yeah,
back.
yeah, I've heard that one as well.
I heard
Number 11. Wait, number 11.
Mr. Green is gonna come back and he's gonna be part of Manchester United's plans.
Camouflaged trees.
I'll take that.
That's mad. Anyway, we're not going to be speaking about number 11 on this platform.
Yeah.
It's not
Last
gonna be-
one. The last bit of news is, and it's
Kimmich. I don't know.
well,
what, I
it's
don't know
one of
what
them
that
ones
was, but
that I spoke to Lewis about it last night. Yeah, it's one of those ones that, like, when we were linked with Haaland, until I heard it from sources multiple sources, not one, multiple sources that are reliable, I was not willing to allow myself to believe or anything, yeah, because, well, Kimmich at Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid, Bayern, wave bye-bye to the Premier League and the Champions League. If we manage to get Kimmich in January, yeah, wave bye-bye to trophies because City are winning them. It's that simple. And I'm saying that now. Confidently.
Do you think he does that for a few teams, though? Because he's that good.
Yeah. Bro, if he signed for Liverpool, Arsenal,
I'd say we win the league. I'd say we win the league.
Yeah. And it is,
that's how good he is, though.
because what it is with him, and this is where, remember when Arsenal in the summer were linked with Gundogan, right? And I was like, oh, that worries me, yeah? Because when you're getting a player that is that damn good and that damn experienced, yeah, that's the type of signing that any club needs. Any club needs, yeah? Because, like, I'll be real right now. If we could say to Barca, you know what, can we give you 20 mil for Gundogan for the rest of the season? I'd take that. Just the experience. When it gets to January time, yeah, and you're in a title race, you know, you've got the Champions League coming up. That experience at players like Kimmich. Another one, Tony Cruz.
Isn't Gundo like 31?
Yeah. Oh, the blessing with Kimmich, bro, is the fact that he's only 28 as well.
Yeah, he's 28, yeah.
He's only 28, and he can play multiple positions.
His wages are crazy, though. His wages. Like,
how crazy? How crazy?
325, bro. 325.
But that's what. But here's the thing, bro. Let's be real. That is what you pay.
It's the last year of his contract or something. It's only going to cost him like 25 mil.
Yeah,
he's going to cost him 20 mil or a free transfer in the summer.
And
if it costs them 20 mil in January, they can spend fucking 30 mil on his fucking wages.
That's the thing. When you're paying 20 mil for a 28-year-old with that experience of that,
they're literally replacing Gundogan.
Yeah, but you're buying someone that can also play in the 6th role.
Remember, Pep came out and said when he wants to invert from the right side, Walker can't do it. He come out and said that. Walker can't do that. Yes, you can. The guy who we played under for how many years? It can't happen. It can't happen.
Months, man.
Okay?
Don't you need Kimmich? Go sign him. These guys can't get Kimmich.
Wait. You think I'm not trying? I need that.
Bro,
I need that.
Can we agree on one thing? Can we agree on one thing? The super villain in this Premier League is Man City, and everybody needs to stop them. Them signing guys like Kimmich this January transfer window.
Hold on, reminder, we also signed Nunes.
Nah, give him time.
Bro, Mateus Nunes is not worth
dog shit.
Give him time.
Listen,
Man City, but we can't use Kimmich like every player we sign is Kimmich.
Bro, guess what? Man City can flop on signings like Phil, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Nunes.
Calvin Phillips. I almost called him Phil Foden, for God's sakes.
But bro, but don't do this.
You can have flops like him.
No, hold on. Don't be disingenuous. Yeah, because we flopped on Calvin Phillips, right? But don't make out like we regularly flop on players, right?
No,
Let's
I'm not. That's not my point. My point is when you do flop, it doesn't hurt you. You flop on a signing like that, you still win the treble.
He's not a flop because he's not. Listen, he's not a mainstay in their team. Yeah, he was.
You know what, Igal, I know where you're trying to go with this, yeah. And like, let's be real, bro. Your squad and our squad is in squad size, squad depth. There's no difference, bro. Do you want to go there? Do you want to go there?
Are we serious?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you our bench against?
I swear to God, Dabs, if the roles were reversed and I said this to you, I would be called deluded. Every single person on this team would be laughing.
I'm willing. I'm here. So after you lost to West Ham, that is what your fan base was screaming. Your bench and our bench. Let me tell you our bench against Everton, please, yeah? Because this is the thing. You can do a City best 11, right? You can do a Manchester City, fully fit squad, and then we will have a bench, yeah, that still has 2 youngers on, right? But we all know that is not how the season goes. And I'll tell you, Gal, we can do it on your channel. I've said this to Sam so many times. If you want to have a squad for squad to debate actually how big our squad is and how big your squad is, we can do that whenever you want on your own channel. Let me tell you our bench.
It's not about the size.
Hold on, bro. It's not. No, it's about quality. So no problem. Let me tell you our bench against Everton. Because the issue was, when you lost to West Ham, I saw your fan base going, oh, this is the issue. Off our bench, we've got nothing.
No, the issues were goals.
I'll tell you ahead. So let me tell you our bench. Let me tell you our bench. I heard it, bro. I heard it with my own eyes. I'm not making it up. You man saying, off the bench, City have got a difference. Let me tell you our bench against Everton, yeah?
Who?
Vardiel, Kovacic. 100% agree on that, yeah? Then let me continue. Ortega. Great second choice. Great second choice. Yeah, bro. And yeah, those two agreed, bro. But a bench is more than 2 players. Ortega, but if we're talking Arsenal, well, Arsenal have got Ramsdale, right? Who was Premier League goalkeeper of the season last season, right? Then after that, Sissoko. Younger from the academy. Exactly, right. Rico Lewis. Sissoko, right? Rico Lewis, younger from the academy. Calvin Phillips. Gomez. Bob.
Which game are we doing?
All right,
I'll move on to the next one. What I'm saying is, City's squad and off the bench, yeah, if you look at your team off the bench predominantly, your bench and our bench, most of this season, you'll see the difference. Now, of course, once Doku comes back, once Haaland comes back, once De Bruyne comes back, yeah, I get it.
Then the bench is looking hench.
But let's be real. Most of this season, Manchester City we've all had injuries, and I'm not doing the injury thing at all. But we've had 3 or 4 of our biggest players injured in a lot of games, right? So our bench and your bench, there's not really that much of a difference, bro.
Can I just say one thing?
The silver lining in that is that you have your 2 main players. Again, if you Haaland and De Bruyne are being injured, for you, man, it's gonna hurt. It will hurt you. Yeah. But you take away Salah and Liverpool's best midfielder, or you take away Saka and Arsenal's best midfielder, and me and Nagawa done at it.
But we're talking
to be fair, I'll say this. I'm not talking about City squad depth. I'm not talking about City having multiple players that do well. All I'm saying is because of the quality you have in your first 11, when you do have a player who you sign,
your players are better.
When you do have a player you sign that doesn't necessarily hit right away, you're able to. Manage.
I wish you'd be consistent. So no problem. If we're saying that City's depth of City's quality of our best 11 is that much better than yours, no problem. We can also, as part of the debate who's better, Saliba or Diaz. Gal, who's better, Saliba or Diaz?
Ruben Diaz has been doing it consistently.
Oh, okay, brilliant. Who's better, Rodri or Rice?
That one, you got to say Rodri. But guess what? Okay. Professional footballer.
Right. I just want to remember who's better, Stones or Gabriel? Who's better?
Stone's been doing it consistently.
Okay, cool, brilliant. I like where this is going, Miguel. You've got to remember this for the rest of the season, brother. Who's better, Walker or Ben White?
Walker's one of the best right backs in the
Right, cool. Who's better, Ake or Zinchenko?
You would have kept Zinchenko if he was better.
All right, cool. So what you're telling me is that in a combined 11 so far, we're having a City back four, yes?
Yeah, make it a whole 11. How about that? You guys are the treble winners, right? You guys are the treble winners, right?
Cool.
You guys are the treble winners, right?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Not just treble. We won all 5 in 7 months.
Yeah, and that's why I said. That's why I said. That's why I said.
Because
that's why I said.
Clipped up, brother. Actually, let me one more. Edison, or Raya, or Ramsdale.
Edison should be put up there for one of the best keepers in the world.
De Bruyne or Odegaard.
Why are we even doing De Bruyne and Odegaard?
Because I want to.
Fair enough.
De Bruyne or Odegaard.
But let's continue.
De Bruyne or Odegaard.
Hey, man them.
No. Please let me whitewash this fucker. De Bruyne or Odegaard.
No, bro. This is why I say they're the super villains of the Premier League, but you guys just want to sit there and laugh. Pep Guardiola is going to come out after press conferences and say, "Oh, yeah, we're going to still win it."
This is about you and your views.
You guys, Pep Guardiola is going to come after a game and be like, "Oh, look, Liverpool lost, or Arsenal lost, or this and that."
Don't worry about Pep. He knows what to do to all you fuckers.
The guy with his bald head is just going to be sitting there patting his cat. That's what he's going to do.
Anyway, Igal, please answer. Odegaard or De Bruyne?
Bro, I already told you. Why are we having this conversation? One is
so what you're telling me
is that one is top 3 in the Ballon d'Or.
Okay, so every single player in every single position in your best 11 and our best 11, City get it, yeah?
No. Saliba gets in. Saliba gets in.
No, you didn't know. You just told me.
No, you said Diaz or Saliba.
You said Diaz.
Yeah, no, but guess what?
Be Diaz. I'd say this season it'll be Diaz and Saliba.
It would be Diaz and Saliba.
No. I said I'm doing name for name, bro. I compared them all.
Do you want me to do a City Arsenal combined 11 right now?
I don't. You've just literally told me that all about. You told me that Stone is better than Gabriel. You told me that Diaz is better than Saliba. You told me that Walker is better than Ben White. You told me that Edison is better than Raya and Ramsdale. You told me that Ake is better than Zinchenko. You told me that Rodri is better than Rice. You told me that De Bruyne is better than Odegaard. You're going to tell me that Bernardo Silva is better than fucking Havertz. I'll give you on the right. I'll give you on the right. Yeah. Actually, here's a good one. Grealish, Martinelli.
It's not a conversation. Martinelli's better.
Okay. So you got 2, Saka and Martinelli. Yeah, I'll give you them 2.
You would have had a case if you tried to bring Foden as a winger.
No. Grealish is cooking, bro.
Kimmich, blood.
Listen. The reason why he triggered is because we all know Joshua Kimmich signs for this evil club. They're gonna win at more trophies.
Why would that trigger me? That would make me even happier.
I know it's annoying. We need to stop saying we don't care about City winning leagues. We need to stop saying that.
You do, Miguel.
As a football fans in the Premier League, we need to stop saying we don't care if Man City win because it's bullshit.
I know what
Manchester United fans.
As a Manchester United fan, times about Pep Guardiola, bro. Pep Guardiola, is the devil, and also, he's convinced you lot that he don't exist. He's got you lot doing fucking 4 centre-backs at the back, playing false nines, all kinds of shit, believing in some systems that he already knows all of them. The only man that gets close to him and actually nearly wins the title is the man that plays his own football, and Jurgen Klopp. All you man are sheeps, bruv, he's deployed Arteta at Arsenal, deserve be a fucking Brighton, fucking that stupid bald fool at our fucking club, and he's just having a laugh, me. Yeah, that's the truth.
I reckon he told you, man, to buy a dog.
City winning it, go and play. Listen, if you actually, if any manager actually devised a plan to actually go up against these lot, they'd be surprised at how because I watch City sometimes and I think to myself, bruv, these lot are good, but they're not as good as people make them out. Like, they're not as good as people. Like, I've seen them go 1-0 and teams roll over them. That used to happen to us.
Are you calling him the sensei?
We weren't as good as people used to make out we was good.
Are you calling him the sensei, Trav?
And win like 3-4-0. Stinky football and win like 3-4-0. This is what happens. You men have been sucked in to the whole Pep Guardiola regime, bro. This is what he does. He bought Calvin Phillips, Do you think he bought Calvin Phillips for like to make him into some baller? He bought him so no one else could have him, bruv. Sit on the fucking bench, bruv, So he can't make no one else. This is what I'm trying. Listen, this man, I'm gonna.
That's why he wanted Declan Rice.
Continue.
Oh, I wanted Declan Rice. I would have took Declan Rice at City all day long, 1,000,000%. Great
Listen,
signing.
I think Traps hit the nail on
I'd
the head.
rather Kimmich.
And Mons, if my club doesn't do nothing to stop these guys, I hope you do. And Traps, you want to know something?
When?
As a Manchester United fan, you should actually be rooting for Arsenal or Liverpool to beat Man City.
I'm not rooting for none of you, but I'm rooting for Villa, bro. Up the villains all day. Up the villains, bro.
Well, the villain you just said is Guardiola. But no, back to Kimmich. Look, your Monts, what you said, spot on. I think if anyone signs him, it's just...
It's curtains.
Do you know what? It's to that point where...
It's straight damage. And it's, you know, it's his... People, I'm seeing all over the place, oh, but Kimmich ain't that guy anymore. Kimmich has fallen off. Kimmich is this. Kimmich is that. First of all, he's playing under Tommy Tuchel, for one. Yeah. Again, Tommy Tuchel don't have all the ratings for me. Like, the fact that you play Harry Kane and you're still behind Leverkusen, I'm not hearing it. I'm actually not hearing it with him in it. But at the same time, Bayern Munich are still very dangerous, and it's his fucking versatility, bro. This man is a 9 at right back, a 9 at DM, and a 9 in the 8. That's not allowed.
And that's perfect for a Pep system. Do you know, the thing for me is I look at it, and I've heard that basically he's really unhappy with, he don't like Tuchel. He don't get on with Tuchel, don't like the way Tuchel's playing. And he's kind of said to the board, look, it's Tuchel or me. Now, let's be real. I think if any of us were Bayern's board, we'd say bye-bye Tuchel. We'd rather keep
but he's not exactly that. Tuchel ain't stinking it in it. Like,
bro, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm Bayern Munich, I'm saying to myself, that's disrespectful. We brought you up. Who are you to say me or him?
I hate you, but
the thing is, with Kimmich,
Kimmich will say he's doing it for the good of the club.
You got to remember, people, obviously, a lot of people who do watch Bundesliga are saying that Kimmich hasn't been himself for the last couple of years now. It's not just been a this season thing, or it's been since before that. But this is where man, I'm forgetting context. What? So you think the Kimmich you're seeing now is going to be the same Kimmich under Pep Guardiola, the manager he already knows?
Yo, can I say something?
You guys are seriously thinking that? Because he will improve.
I'm not talking up nothing, man. Not really.
Imagine Rodri. Imagine a team with Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, and Kimmich as rotation for the midfield. Plus, he could also play in the defense. And then you have Bernardo Silva. You have Bernardo Silva, Kovacic, Mateus Nunes, all these other guys they have coming up. And they've even played Julian Alvarez in midfield at this season at points. Just the amount of versatility they have.
And what it is it's a thing where at the moment for me,
you know what? Forget about the Premier League, bro. Just call it Man City's league.
Listen. This is a man at the start of the show trying to tell you that these men have belief. Yeah, this is what I'm telling you about. This is the kind of shit I'm fucking telling you about. You just wasted an hour and a half of my life, for me to see the fucking truth, bro. Yeah, the truth is you do not believe.
Traps. Do you not see
do
what's
I not believe
happening?
that? Because I said it as well. So do I not believe
do you not see what's happening?
I heard you the other day saying you're scared of City, Monts.
Listen, Kimmich is a good signing for them. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do in the Premier League, but I tell you what he's not going to do. I tell you exactly what he's not going to do. He's not going to go to the PGMO and complain about being kicked. That's the truth. Yeah, that's exactly what he's not.
Yeah, of course not.
Bro,
just one thing I think
PGMO came to us, bro.
The most important thing with Kimmich and City, where I'd love him, is that look, I still remember those 3 games where Rodri wasn't playing. I remember the game where I think he was injured or again suspended. He didn't play. Like, yeah, if you want to call it Rodri FC, despite the fact you've just put pretty much all of our players over your players, call it Rodri FC, no problem. But I'm still the fact that I do know he will get suspended again because he's picking up cards at a really good pace. And also, he could get an injury. Look, he's gone like 3, 4, 5 seasons without injuries, And I remember that. And I think Stones, I have to be real at this point. We've all seen when Stones comes back and keeps himself fit, how important he is to this team. But right now, this season, he's looking like Reece James. So with those 2 issues, where Kimmich just, again, perfect. Because if Stones is injured, he can come in and do that role. If Rodri gets suspended, Kimmich can come in and do that role. It's just the perfect answer. And for 20 million, and I said yesterday, if Pep doesn't go, do you know what? Yeah, go and get it done. Just go and get Kimmich and get it done. It means he wants to play with this league this season. Because we get Kimmich, we walk away with it. We skip away with it into the distance. But I don't think it will happen, if I'm being honest. I just can't see. It's too good to be true.
1 second. So you haven't heard any truth to this?
No.
No.
Because Kimmich has been linked to Liverpool,
I
Man
know.
United, and City. But the
Yeah.
rumor is that Kimmich wants Man City.
Yeah.
Man
yeah,
United and Liverpool want Kimmich, if that makes sense. So that's
Yeah. It's one of them ones. Come on, if you're Kimmich right now, yeah, and you've got Man United after you, Liverpool after you, Arsenal aren't, but if they were, let's be real, bro. If you are Kimmich, you've worked with Pep before, you would
It
be like,
depends on what you want, though.
huh?
It depends on what you want.
Well, you don't want United. Let's be clear. It doesn't matter what he wants. There's nothing. There's no way he'd be looking
Yeah,
at
it
Man
does.
United.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. It depends on what
listen,
you want.
German
If you
player,
want
German
dough,
manager.
if you want
I've got a
money,
little bit
if
of
you
clout
want
there.
money, if you
German
want
manager,
money, where are
German
you gonna go?
Right. Okay.
German
Let's be real. Hold on. Let's do the money thing real quick. Because again, consistency, please, Court. I'm hearing that at the moment, the thing with Ratcliffe is all about wages, player wages. Yeah. So right now, let's not act like City pay peanuts. City don't pay peanuts. So I don't
pay peanuts. But at the end of the day, where are you gonna go? Where you are going to get? Well, you've seen man, yeah. You've seen man get.
You're not going to get that United under Ratcliffe, bro.
4-year deals, 350 bags, 400 bags, and all
right.
that.
Bro, firstly, at Kimmich's age of 28 years old, I guarantee you Manchester City will be trying to give him a 4-year deal with a year extension because that's what they do. And then at 32, they'll go either extend year-on-year basis or they let him go. That's what we do. So 28, he'll get a 4-year deal at City. Secondly, he knows he's going somewhere to compete in the Champions League. Kimmich isn't going to want to go Man United and not compete in the Champions League.
Hear what I just said? Do you not hear what I just said?
You said about money.
I said it depends on what you want. If you want money, you're going to go to.
You're acting like Man City going to go. You know what? We'll give you 2 years on 80k.
No one's saying that. No one's saying that. But I'm telling you now. Any terms and conditions that he wants to put down, Man United are going to lap that up. That's what, at the end of the day. City are not going to have certain things.
Kimmich, if by the looks of Liverpool, City, United, if they're the three, it's between Liverpool and City in it. Let's be real. You can try and throw United.
German manager.
You want to know the honest truth?
Or Pep.
You want to know the honest truth? It's between Pep and Kimmich. If Pep and Kimmich can agree on something, it's done. If they can't, he's going to go somewhere else.
It's even if Pep wants him, that's the key. Pep might not want him.
Listen, people. We haven't actually checked all stream. Let me quickly run the super chats. Big up, big up, Firezy. Fissy goes. A girl should hold that.
He should. It's Somali for shame.
Oh, okay. Bro, shame.
Keep up the good work though.
Yeah, man. Keep up good work though. He's taking the piss. Arteta should be sacked for signing Havertz alone. Big up Mohammed A. German Chicken Wing says, Egal, so your plan A is Partey at right back? Question mark. We're not going to go into that again. Big up Legendary Villain. Time spent on Ten Hag and Anthony. The time spent on Ten Hag and Anthony, they are both trash. But the way Rashford gets away with how bad he is as a footballer is mad. No, Rashford gets mad.
Nah, bro, he just needs a new girl. He just needs a new girl. Whenever he's smashing a thing, he's good. Yeah,
it's good. I've deeped it. Rashford plays good on low testosterone. Sorry, I mean,
you gotta clip that.
No, because if he sees that shit, no, we good, we good.
You see, I told you, he knows everybody.
No, I don't know, bro. If I knew Marcus,
yeah, Rashford's watching this now.
Give it Giggsy to the end of the season.
Give it Giggsy till the end of the season. I just see that anyway. No, we won't.
You have the one second half of the season we're doing a telecharge. Do you have that one?
Oh yeah. No, I don't. You know.
What's that?
Kaz used to have it, but he removed it. He's like, we doing a telecharge, and everyone's back. No, I need that. I need that. Yeah, Kaz needs to.
Big up Andy Tate, man.
Do you know what? Actually, I just found yesterday.
Generational.
Just found yesterday, yeah. This one, which I think, Mons, you play all the time. This one.
I got to tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
Now, I never knew where that came from, but I've just started The Boys, innit?
Yeah.
Oh,
so you
know. Now I know how much of a dickhead that guy is.
Bro, that was me before we played City in the FA Cup.
Yeah. Well, listen, bro, we can end on that note because you got Liverpool in the FA Cup. Is it Friday?
It's Sunday.
Because we played you on a Friday in the FA Cup. Oh, it's Sunday, is it? Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna beat them. No Salah.
Cool. Well, listen, you lot. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you go to subscribe to A Gal Talks Football every day of the week. Go and subscribe to Big Six Pants and also subscribe to Never a Foul. We are trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, so let's make it happen. I don't know how many likes we're on. How many likes are we on? Someone just give us a like, huh?
We're on 236.
236. Yeah, so that seems like plan B stuff. We need plan A. Word to A Gal. So can we please smash the like button and at least get to about 400 plus likes while you guys are watching this back. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of the video. And we'll be back tomorrow at lunchtime. So guys, take care. Make sure
love to Traps and Gal coming on as well.
Big up Traps every single day of the week. You know what I'm saying? Big up Brain Fog and all that. Take care. We'll see you soon.